Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be having a live update on the winter storm threat that's been going on across the Ohio Valley and across portions of the Great Lakes. And yes, I do have my snowfall forecast this evening. I did release my first snowfall forecast last night, but I made some changes earlier today, and I'll showcase that to you guys as well. But first, let me go and get this link here on Twitter so that way people will know that I am live before we're going to get started. All right, excuse me. All right, there we go. So we're also going to be waiting for some models to update here. As of right now, we have the NAM model started to update. We'll also take a look into the high-res model as well, the high-res NAM, I should say. And I'm sure you guys are pretty excited for my snowfall forecast here, so we're going to get into that first. So I got a few maps here. Now I'll go showcase to you guys. So as you guys seen in the thumbnail, this is what it kind of looks like right now. We'll go from the white color, and we'll kind of go deeper into it as well. So areas in the white, areas can see a coating to an inch of snow. So we'll start off up across Michigan, and apologize if the stream does lag a little bit. I have some issues with that. So places, Flint, Michigan, of course. It barely gets South Bend as well. Elkhart was kind of moved further south here. Santa Claus, Indiana, Owensboro, Evansville there. Does not include Nashville. I don't think you guys will see really much of any snowfall accumulations there as well. It also includes Knoxville. I do not have Chattanooga included there. And also got just about into Pigeon Forge there. It's a little bit close. In other areas in the Y tier, I don't really have any other big cities in here, although it looks to be one right here. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, could see a coating to an inch of snow as well. And it looks to be, I have Scranton there, Pennsylvania as well, in a coating to an inch of snow. So areas in white, you guys can see a coating to an inch of snow. Areas in the light blue, you guys can see an inch to 3 inches of snow. And we'll kind of start for the south here. So C, which I think about taking away. I think that transition there, you guys can see snowfall a little bit longer than some other people as well. Also some malls have been showing decently high amounts around that region. Some other malls show not as much there as well. It also includes, Bowling Green. Let's kind of zoom in here. We've got London, Kentucky in here, Huntington, West Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia, Parksburg, even Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Even includes barely, I got Buffalo in there as well. And moving up into Michigan here, we got Ann Arbor as well, included in that 1 to 3 inch zone. Now, I do have the mountains included as well. You can see here, got pretty well detailed with the mountains here as well. My phone lost connection to the stream. Happens all the time. Alright, we're back. So, now, for the snowfall mounts, in the mountains, it's not going to be 100% accurate. It's hard to pinpoint there into some places in the mountains. But those higher elevations across some of those mountains could see decent amounts of snow there as well. Yeah, that's the West Virginia rail fan. Yeah, kind of cut off a little bit. People probably should be able to rejoin. Seems like that happens every stream at the beginning, which is quite odd as well, to say the least. Although the stream should be back up and running on my phone, it is there as well. Alright, so areas in this darker blue here. you guys can see 3 to 5 inches of snow, which includes Detroit, Michigan, Toledo, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Lexington, Louisville, Cincinnati, Youngstown, Ohio, just about into Buffalo there as well. Some other places like Asheville, Kingsport there, Harrisonburg. Doesn't look like I have any other large towns in there as well. So really areas in that darker blue there can see 3 to 5 inches of snow. Now we got a few areas that's in the dark blue. We'll start off with the one area in Ohio and into portions of Indiana. So you guys can see 5 to 8 inches of snow there as well, which it also includes portions of Indiana here as well, even across the Smoky Mountains, down around in the Carolinas, North Carolina, into portions of Tennessee, down the mountains of West Virginia, maybe even into portions of Virginia. Could see possibly over 8 inches or so. It's a possibility. Just gonna say that way. Now, for in the mountains, there could be some surprises, in some of the mountain regions. Models have been kind of going back and forth a little bit with snowfall amounts, especially across West Virginia. We've been seeing some higher amounts, and we've seen a little bit lower amounts, but I think it's safe to say that some of those areas will see 5 to 8 inches of snow. But across the Smoky Mountains, the trend has been going up for snow. We're trending towards some higher totals there as well. Now, this 5 to 8 inches of snow does include Dayton, Ohio, Columbus, some other areas, Lafayette there as well. Let's see any other areas. Looks like I think this Blacksburg there as well, which also includes Gatlinburg there as well. All right, so for the last shade, these are areas I could see possibly 8 inches to maybe possibly over a foot of snow in a few areas. And there's another area over here. Now, most of this is due to lake effect snow, especially across Lake Michigan. Most of it's lake effect snow. Usually models can underdo those snowfall amounts across the Great Lakes. They don't really do a good job with that. But we've been seeing some decently high totals kind of around, especially around Cleveland, Sandusky. Now, I'm thinking about backing it off from Erie, Pennsylvania at this point here. Malls have been kind of trending back, although Erie can still see some decently high amounts there as well. And here's another area right over here for 8 to 12 inches of snow, which includes, I can't say Gary, Indiana there as well. Here's Chicago there as well, although I do at least expect to have a very sharp cutoff here for lake effect snow, so just to keep in mind of that there as well. So, if any of you guys, have any questions like, you know, want to ask how much snow you're going to get, you guys could give me, the city name of your town or county that also works. But you got to give me the state name as well. That's something I've been having trouble with. There was one person, uh, I believe on the last video here, she was asking about Syracuse here, and she didn't give the state name. So, and I know there is other cities out there that have the exact same name. So I searched it up, and the first one pop up is Syracuse, which, to be honest, I never heard of Syracuse in New York, and before, or a city name like that before in New York. And you see Syracuse there, and I responded to be safe. It's like, if it's in New York, you probably won't see much of any snow. And then, she responded back quite rudely. There's what, really? And I looked it up for Syracuse, and there's 7 other cities in the country that have the same name. 2 of those cities, there's one in Indiana and there's another one in Ohio, which is some areas that we're talking about. So if you guys were going to ask, what city or county you're going to be in, please add in the state name as well. That'll be very helpful there as well, because it'll make very difficult, if you guys would ask me a question, it'd be hard to find if you don't give me the states. So just to keep in mind of that. And not only there's be a little bit of a winter storm threat with this, there can also be for the possibility for some severe weather. So I made a map here for day 3. I have a slight risk of severe weather issued across a good chunk of North Carolina here, mostly kind of portions of central and eastern North Carolina, eastern Virginia, up into Delaware, central and southern New Jersey, far southeastern Pennsylvania, and also eastern Maryland as well. The primary threats at this point here is going to be damaging winds, and there could also be the possibility for a few tornadoes. Yes, there is a possibility for a few tornadoes in this yellow region here as well. The conditions will be favorable for at least we can see a few tornadoes. Now, also to keep in mind, guys, these storms are going to be moving very fast. And that's going to be a big issue. So if anybody, gets under a tornado warning from one of these storms, you got to be very quick to take shelter because these storms will be moving very fast there as well. You can see the margin risk does expand as far south as northern and central Florida as well. If we look into the Storm Prediction Center outlook here, let's see here, go to day 2. There's a margin of risk out across anywhere from southeastern Louisiana, across southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, the panhandle of Florida, good chunk of Georgia there, most of South Carolina, and eventually getting into eastern North Carolina as well. Now, the tornado threat is in all those regions, but keep in mind, it's a pretty low end 2%, so it's a pretty low end threat. Damaging winds will also be there, but hail, we could probably see some hail out there, but not large hail as well. So, generally, the primary threat for right now is going to be damaging winds and possibly a tornado or two. Several people are typing, welcome to the stream. Christian Hayes is asking Charleston, West Virginia snowfall. So if I go back to my map here, I know where that is. In West Virginia, you guys are looking at possibly 1 to 3 inches of snow as of right now. But keep in mind, guys, this forecast will change around some more as well when we have a little bit better idea on it as well. Also, models are updating right now, so we'll take a look to some of those brand new model runs there as well. And if we move on to day 3, which don't be surprised if a slight risk gets up. If we see a slight risk upgrade on day 3, there's no doubt about it at all with this type of setup here. You can see a margin risk basically goes from the mid-Atlantic coast down into Florida as well. And most of the threats are on the table with that as well. So the NAM is currently updated. It's out for up to 24 hours. Does not quite get to the event just yet. Malls updating. We'll have the high-res NAM that will be starting to update. We'll have the GFS start to update pretty soon. The high-res Canadian model. We'll also see the Canadian model start to get updated pretty soon as well. Although we'll take a look to some of the 18Z model runs here as well, May as well. So let's take a look into this here. Take that out off there. Now keep in mind, guys, the NAM model, as of right now, is showing pretty healthy. Well, at least I probably should not say that. Decent amount of snow. Now I believe this is most snow than the rest of the models. You can see here with that transition there. It's also showing a little bit of a stronger low pressure system. It's also been trending a little bit further to the west. Some also been kind of trending a little bit further to the east. So it's gonna be hard to put the placement on some of the snow here. Although you can see it does have a little bit of trouble with that transition since the transition will be happening quite quickly. You can see there could be at times some very heavy snow across central Kentucky up into Ohio there as well. And some of that snow will likely stick around there. There's actually going to be an upper level low that will be developing across the lower Ohio Valley, eventually getting up along the Appalachian Mountains. And with that upper level low, there's going to be moisture up in the atmosphere. And that upper level low is going to take that moisture down towards the surface. What do we get? Well, we get more snow. And that's what the name is spinning out. You can see snow showers ongoing, but something that is quite missing from this model here is the lake effect snow. You can see here likely underdoing some of that lake effect snow because at this point here there'll be lake effect snow going on around Lake Michigan there. If we take a look to the total snowfall accumulations from the NAM, again take that ad off. So here it is, and you can see there bringing in a pretty good amount of snow. It seems like that's not going for completely the event. But you can see here some pretty decent amount of snow could be going on across northern Ohio. Some of that will be from lake effect snow, but look at these widespread 5 to 8 inch amounts all the way down into Kentucky here. And again, this model here is showing more snow than some of the others as well. Let's take a look to the high-res NAM with this here. Does not go for the entire event here. But you can see here, a pretty decent amount of snow could happen across, northern Ohio, maybe even get into portions of Indiana. You can see here, it is trying to spit out some of that lake effect snow, but again, probably be underdoing some of these snowfall amounts as well. Because lake effect snow can bring in some surprises there as well. Even across down to Kentucky, there's a generally 1 to maybe 4 inches of snow in a few areas that's spinning out. Look at the Smoky Mountains that this model spinning out, spinning up to a foot of snow, and 17 could be a little bit overdone there, down there around the Smokies. But again, does not go throughout the entire event there as well. Segueing to the high-res Canadian. Now, what I'm starting to see a little bit of trend here is some little bit higher amounts, especially across portions of Kentucky here. Some of the malls are trading some higher amounts. Now, this is probably little bit more accurate with the snowfall amounts around Lake Michigan, up to 9 inches. There, I think that's very accurate there. And again, well, it actually does go through near the entire event. But you can see here, down the Smokies, up to 7 inches of snow, generally across Kentucky, 1 to 4 inches of snow. And even up across portions of Ohio, showing snowfall amounts possibly up to 7 or maybe a little bit closer to 8 inches there as well. And then showing a foot of snow kind of around Cleveland, Ohio there as well. Hello, Braden. Welcome to the stream. Got a question. Why do you have 8 to 12 inches over Michigan lake effect? I know the models tend to underdo it, but that seems a little extreme. Well, you can see here. Let me show you this here. Some of these models here, they actually end the lake effects out a little bit too early. Let me see if I can find a way to show you to that. Let's look into the NAM for an example here. Several I've seen here. See if I can find a way to show you. It seems like the malls ended a little bit too early because the northwest flow is still continuing around that time frame, especially when that upper level low is going to be nearby as well. And also, Lake Fexo does bring in some surprises as well. Which model do you think will be the most accurate covering the storm? It's pretty hard to tell, but I can tell you this though. The Canadian model has been the most consistent model than probably the rest. And it seems like some other models have been trending towards the Canadian there as well. So at this point here, I probably would rather follow the Canadian model at this point because it's been the most consistent model out there. And this is going to be a good way to show that upper level low that I'm talking about here. So here we go. And you can see here, you can tell where some of your upper level low is going to be here. So here's your upper level low. It's going to be somewhere in there. You can see, so snow will likely continue across some of those regions there with that upper level low. Some of this moisture will get down to the surface here, and you'll get some more snow. You can tell there how long it continues. Now, higher the humidity values there for a little bit, probably the better chance of seeing a little bit more snow as well. And I've made a little map here. So this is likely going to be a track for that upper level low. Adding on top of that, we'll see lake effect snow here from Lake Michigan there as well. And when these kind of overlap here, there'd be the possibility for a little bit more snow. And that's why I'm starting to show a little bit higher amounts across these regions here just because of this here. When we have an upper level low, when that passes, some of these areas could still be experiencing snow from Lake Michigan there as well. And yes, it is possible that Lake Fexo from Lake Michigan can get down as far southeast as the Smoky Mountains. Although one meteorologist did say, let's talk about that some of this lake effect snow can reach down to the Smoky Mountains here as well. So when we have these kind of overlap here, you can see here where I have it across a good chunk of Kentucky, and eventually get into portions of Ohio, West Virginia, and down back to Tennessee. Some of these areas could see a little bit more snowfall, which it could be a possibility there as well. What's my best guess for Columbus, Ohio? For right now, for Columbus, Ohio, I think you guys could see 5 to 8 inches of snow at this point here at John Pig. Weather Central. What are the chances of the snow in Branson, Missouri from the system and system Wednesday, Friday? Oh yeah, the system. Now, now, all the way out into Missouri, there's no chance at all, really, to see snow. Although, with the upcoming system, the next one, there's some uncertainty here, which I'll show you guys the European model, which went insane with this. We'll move out to the Southern Plains real quick. Let's actually go to the central United States. This is going to be a little bit more of a different video. We'll talk about the system, you know, after this system here. So let me show you guys the European model. Now, this is likely to be overdoing it here, just to warn you guys here. Oh wow, maybe it was actually from a different one because I saw a model that had over 2 feet of snow. I think that could have been the 0Z run. I've seen it on Twitter there. What model am I using? A lot of models. Use the Euro, GFS, the NAM, high-res NAM, the Canadian, the high-res Canadian. I use a lot of models for this. Jason Norton asks, how much snow in Detroit? For right now, around Detroit, I think some of you guys could possibly see 3 to 5 inches of snow there. If I zoom into Detroit here, see I have some of you guys in the 3 to 5 inch zone there as well. Oh yeah, Bill's the 0Z run. You can see here showing Snowfall Amounts over 20 inches. And if you guys seen the latest run, you can see how much it backed off here as well. But this system here we'll talk about later on here, since some of these certainties are quite high right now. But we'll talk about it there as well. And also keep in mind that same system there may actually try to bring a little bit of winter weather around some of these similar regions that'll be experiencing this system on real beginning to timing now instead of Sunday night there as well. All right, let's take a look to some of the latest model runs here. See what's so the NAM is at hour 36. Alright. So far it's showing pretty decent snowfall amounts. Well, not decent, but generally 1 to 2 inches for right now across Indiana, portions of Ohio, and then another spot in central Kentucky there. Here's another hour. Now it's starting to pick up snow across Ohio there. Let's take a look into the precipitation type. Let's see if it's having issues with the transition here. Yeah, it does have some trouble with it, but no, it's not that bad. It's really going to be the timing of that cold air for some of these regions here. If the cold air is going to be coming in late, there'll be less snow. If it comes in pretty early, there could be a lot more snow. That's what we got to be watching there, is the timing of that cold air. Let's take a look to the high-res NAM. We'll see what it shows. It's up to hour 30. Let's see. Eventually, we're going to have a few more models start to update very soon. It's already spinning out a decent amount of snow across portions of Illinois and Indiana there. So this is what we're probably going to be waiting on. We can talk a little bit about the severe weather while we wait, because it's going to be a little bit concerning here. So we'll use the high-res NAM for this, because this system here can bring in a pretty decent severe weather threat across portions of the southeast up into the mid-Atlantic. So I don't think it's that far out enough. So let's see here. Let's see what it shows for 0Z wise. Now this is the superset composite. This is showing how conditional the environment is for, supercells. Is what really is, or really this is a combination of wind shear and instability. You can see here showing decent amounts, decent numbers already early in the morning. I mean 13Z, that's in the morning. We're already seeing those numbers. It's not really a good sign there. Could see severe weather already starting up a little bit in the morning here. Here's a sounding here. Yeah, it's kind of sounding here. I mean, the hodograph is okay there. Quite a bit of wind shear though, 47 knots. Yeah, that's a lot of wind shear. And there's some cape there as well, but that cape is expected to increase throughout the day. But let's backtrack to the 18Z here. So let's see what it shows. It's going to show higher numbers here, which is probably overdoing those numbers just a little bit here. You can see here, it actually backed off a little bit here. It's actually showing some much higher numbers on the last run. I believe that was the 12Z run. How much snow in Charleston, West Virginia for the next weekend storm? It's too early to say the snowfall amounts for the next weekend storm system. We'll talk about it soon. Probably after this storm system here, we'll talk about it there. Yeah, it seems like the high-res dam has kind of backed off the environment here. It's not as great to what it was showing earlier. Let's move a little bit further north. Let's see. But either way here, it's still favorable for some damaging winds and also for a few tornadoes as well. Yeah, decent photograph again. A little bit less wind shear though, 38 knots there. And also quite a bit of instability there, 1600 cape. So that's quite a bit of cape for that time of year, for this time of year. I mean, 1600 cape, that's a decent amount of cape there. So this is definitely a system we're going to be watching here. You can see the severe threat may continue as far north as southeastern Pennsylvania to New Jersey there. So this is definitely a system we're going to watch here very closely here for severe weather side of things. So I'll probably be live on Monday there, but it depends on schoolwork because I mean I'm doing virtual learning right now. Can the blizzard hit Chicago because the news said that on Monday or Tuesday we could see 10 to 15 inches of snow? Also, where is that weather tree? I don't think Chicago won't see much of any snow at all. I mean, if you guys look at my forecast, I don't think Chicago won't see much of anything. Probably at most, if you guys are going to see any snow, it could be only be a coating of one. I don't know where you got 10 to 15 inches from, but they could be talking about this lake effect snow here. So, I don't know where you got 10 to 15 inches from. It's trended a lot further east of Chicago lately, but you can still see lake effect. Yeah, portions of Chicago can see some lake effect, especially at the southeastern portions of the metro there. Can't wait for the snow. Thanks for the update. I appreciate it. Keep it up. No problem. Yeah, I cannot wait for snow too. It's been a while since I've seen snow. It's also been a long time since I've seen this much snow. I mean, for snowfall amounts, 3 to 5 inches, it's been rare over the past couple years for Kentucky. I mean, we rarely see this much snow now. It's crazy. So I'm pretty excited for it. So the NAM just got a few more hours in. See those snowfall amounts. You can see here with the upper level low still picking up, snow showers. Excuse me, they'll linger across portions of Kentucky there with the upper level low developing. At the same time, with that northwest wind, you got lake effects though coming from Lake Michigan, which can also add a little bit more onto the snowfall totals as far south as Kentucky here. And that's definitely something we gotta be watching there. Because lake effect snow and upper level lows could bring in some surprises there as well. I want snow so I can time lapse it. And I've seen videos on them look so cool. Yeah, yeah. The time lapses of snow it's pretty cool. The line of nothing and that white barely if it runs through the center of my city. Might get nothing or make it flurries. Yeah. So let's actually take a look into these snowfall accumulation. Let's see what the name is gonna spit out here. Yeah, it's backed off quite a bit in Kentucky, but we do expect malls to go back and forth. I mean, that's pretty normal. But man, it's actually we're almost done for the event, and it's showing a lot less amounts across portions of Ohio there. It's quite interesting there. See what the high-risk NAM is trying to spit out. Trying to spit out a little bit similar to the NAM on the 18Z run. Some of those higher amounts is a little bit further to the west here. Up to 6 inches of snow kind of around the Ohio River there. We'll see if any other models are starting to update right now. So we got the NAM, the high-risk NAM. High-risk Canadian isn't yet. I mean, we got the rapid refresh, but it doesn't go that far out yet. Evansville, yeah. You guys may get to see it coating, maybe at best, possibly an inch here. Derek White says, I'm surprised the National Weather Service hasn't put out advisory. Yeah, it's just the uncertainty here. I mean, predicting systems like this is quite difficult. Just to keep in mind of that there. in my local National Weather Service office at Louisville, and they're saying they're likely going to be issuing winter weather advisories. They'll probably issue it tomorrow. Here's well, I don't think there's any winter storm watches in effect right now. I don't think there isn't. Let's see, forecast. Yeah, there's none right now. Looks like a high wind watch for the Smoky Mountains there. Continental United States. Wow, that's quiet. Freeze warnings across California. Man, it is so quiet, guys. Like, that's crazy quiet there. There's only one county in Wisconsin under winter weather advisory. Man, do you think Northern Kentucky will get more than 3 to 5 inches? I have some doubts on that. I don't think Northern Kentucky will see over 5 inches of snow. Uh, Now we're starting to see some of this wraparound snow. Some of the snowfall totals start to add up across Kentucky here and now. It's going to be quite tough to forecast this system. It's definitely been quite tough here. Now it's starting to show some of the highest amounts across northeastern Ohio now. The NAM is. High-res NAM trying to show something a little bit similar to that. May not. See here, I'm going to have to back it off or shift it to southeast. We'll see what some of the other models show, which I'll show you guys some of the other models here. We'll look into the Canadian model, which has been the most consistent model out of the rest. It's been the most consistent model out there for the storm system here. And you can see here, still showing a decent amount of snow. And I'm thinking about following the Canadian model because it's been the most consistent model. It's also accurate for the lake effect snow up in Lake Michigan there. It's also a little bit accurate for lake effect snow across Lake Erie. I mean, I think this is the model we may have to follow here. This is the Canadian model because it's been the most consistent model out of the rest. The name has been so weird with the lake effect snow today for some reason. Yeah, it's been quite weird. Models don't really do a good job with lake effect snow. NAM is overestimating. It's on the right placement. Yeah, this is not even that early. Canadian never right. Well, I don't know what to say about that, but the Canadian model's been the most consistent one. That's the key thing to forecasting, watching trends, and what's also very consistent. It's like the main things for forecasting. And the Canadian model has been the most consistent one out of everyone else. What model do you think of as the go to most accurate? I'm not really sure. I mean, some of these models don't really, a lot of these models just don't do a good job in Snowfall Amounts, so I'm just not really sure. Right now, all of my following this point here is the trends and also a little bit of consistency here. I mean, the high-res NAM, it's really been trying to pinpoint across portions of northern Kentucky, southeastern Indiana for decent snowfall amounts. It's just been going back and forth. Yeah, that's true that the Euro is the most accurate, which I actually haven't shown you guys the Euro yet. Although I'm not gonna stay up all the way to the Euro updates. is very late for me. It starts to update past 1 o'clock in the morning. So, so let's take a look into the European model, see what it shows. You can see here, yeah, having trouble with the transition here. And then transition over to snow. Plus, the European model's also been moving around too. That's also another thing there. So let's take a look to some of these snowfall amounts from the European model. You can see what it shows here. About probably up to 15 inches of snow across north central Ohio, although the majority of Ohio is generally 7 to about 8 or 9 inches of snow. Back down across Kentucky, it's generally, you know, well, central and eastern Kentucky, it's generally 2 to 4 inches of snow there as well. Hers most accurate short range, but it only goes out 36 hours. Yeah. Yeah, the key thing to forecasting is watching the trends and also some of the models that's been the most consistent. So right now the trend's been so far is Ohio getting most of the snow than everybody else. And some of the most uncertainty areas probably is across, Kentucky and probably into portions of Indiana. It's been the most uncertainty areas as well. It's going to be tough to forecast across Kentucky and portions of Tennessee. I think Ohio's going to be easy to forecast here. It's just Kentucky and Indiana. It's just been quite tough to forecast. Going down to the Smoky Mountains here, showing up to 8 inches of snow in a few areas. Just, just like my forecast here. Just like my forecast. Which I can see we got 67 people watching right now. So here's my snowfall forecast for anybody that missed it early in the live stream or joined late into the live stream. You can see here for some of your snowfall mounts, you can pick your area here across various regions here. Based on what you've seen so far, what would you say for West Central Ohio? For right now, looking at 5 to 8 inches of snow for right now. Keep in mind, guys, this is not an official forecast. Likely the official forecast will probably be coming out tomorrow. So I've already made a change to this forecast already earlier today. So I released a forecast yesterday and I've made some changes to it. Some of the biggest changes was Central Kentucky. I've upgraded those areas to 3 to 5 inches of snow. Another area that has a major change across portions of Michigan, like this region here. I had that area for 1 to 3 inches of snow, and I backed it off to like nothing. Although I may add you guys back to coating to an inch of snow, which is something I may do. I live in New Buffalo, Michigan, southwest Michigan, right on the border of Indiana. What's it looking like? So here's New Buffalo right here. Right now I got you guys 5 to 8 inches of snow, but due to that lake effect snow, depending on the northwest wind there, on kind of the direction here, it's going to be probably a pretty sharp cutoff, as you can see here. I mean, from St. Joseph, it's a coating to an inch. Bridgman, it's 1 to 3 inches. Go down to New Buffalo, it's 5 to 8 inches. Then go to Michigan City, it's 8 to 12 inches of snow there as well. What could be the winds? That is a good question. What could the winds be? So we'll go to here, to the website here. So let's see what the European model is spinning out with winds, because I think the probability for a blizzard has gone down by quite a bit. Although it's showing wind gusts, but from what I've learned in the past, the European model overdoes the wind gusts. So probably take these down probably a couple to a few miles an hour, That'll probably be the forecast there for the Euro. Now the GFS does a better job with those wind gusts here. And you can see here probably a little bit more accurate here. Probably wind gusts probably up to 30 miles an hour is the max here. But that's what we're looking at right now. And if we move on to the southeast here, it's going to be very windy across almost regions here. Also, one thing to note is it's further to the east here with the low pressure track here. Probably the furthest east than some of the other models there as well. And you can see here for some of these wind gusts here that the model is spitting out, like around Virginia Beach, up to close to 50 miles an hour. Savannah, Georgia, 50 miles a day. Those strong winds go up to around Connecticut with up to 60 miles an hour. New York, 57. Then Long Island, up to 60 miles an hour. So there will be some strong winds even without thunderstorms. So there will still be some strong winds out there. So people that live in some of these regions here, probably get prepared for some power outages out there as well. It's so weird how almost a week ago the malls agreed on a big snowstorm across the Ohio Valley and the Ohio River Valley, but are now having a hard time agreeing with each other. That's just models for you. Yeah. Oh man. I just wish the models had a good agreement right now. It'll make forecasting so much easier. But right now we just don't have a great agreement here. Let's take a look at let's see what some of the other malls have gone far to. I think I'm somewhat confident of keeping 3 to 5 inches of snow across central and northern Kentucky here at this point. You're looking at high res NAM. I mean, it does show some areas, about 2 inches, but generally it's 3 to 4, maybe even up to 5 inches of snow across some of these regions here. So I got some confidence there. Although you can see it starts to keep on adding up because of that upper low that's gonna be around. Also, it has that heaviest of the lake effect snow further up to the northeast. You can see here showing up to 10 inches of snow there as well. So that's something interesting. Let's look into the original NAM. You can see they're still adding up snowfall amounts across central Kentucky here, up to 3 inches. I would always say isolated areas probably see higher than that. We'll probably have a little better idea from the high resolution models. Because some of these models that are not that high res, especially for lake effect snow, it's gonna have some trouble predicting on that lake effect snow there. But look around northern Ohio, generally 7 to 10 inches of snow there. So if any of you guys really like my channel, you can hit the subscribe button, and there's also that bell. You can hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys are liking this live stream so far, hit the like button as well. If you guys do have any other questions, you can go and put in the chat there as well. NAM is still going up with those snowfall amounts across northeastern Ohio. Wow, we are already getting close to 100 people watching one time. That is crazy. I never had this much people on here on live stream one time. Never before. That's crazy. Hello, Brian Rock Rail fan. Welcome to the stream. We also get shafted on snow down here in Cincinnati. Yep. Let's see. Let's go back to the high risk NAM. It is almost done, but I don't think it goes for the entire event. When would there be good snow in North Dakota? Is it possible to see 2 weeks in the future and see a blizzard? We need snow. It's really going to depend on that PNA. That's what's causing this pattern right now. Is that PNA, and that PNA is right now across the northwestern United States, and that's keeping everybody up there warm and dry. And this is a very unusual pattern. We are currently in a La Nina. This is an El Nino pattern. So this is very unusual. So we're going to see what that PNA is going to do. P&A is right now you're like your main driver of this weather right now. The National Weather Service only shows 4 to 6 inches for northern Ohio at the most, but that only goes out to Tuesday. We'll see what is showing some of these snowfall amounts across the Smokies. Saw 16 inches there. 102 people watching. Yeah, that's a lot of people. National Weather Service shows me getting up to 3 inches, but the model suggests otherwise between 4 to 8 inches. Ohio doesn't get wetter like this often, so it's not talked about too often. Yeah. Even for us in Kentucky here, we haven't seen this type of weather in a long time. I think the most recent snowstorm that we had was, I believe it was back in March of 2018. It was first forecasted for 1 to 3 inches of snow, and we ended up with having 8 inches of wet snow. And I'll tell you what, it was beautiful, but man, we had no power for a few hours. Caused some problems in my town. So I haven't seen this much snow in a long time. It's been a while. Haven't seen 3 inches of snow in a while, so yep, it's been a long time. We'll see if the Canadian model is getting there. We should start to see some other models start to update. Doesn't look like it just yet. GFS model will probably start update sometime past 10 o'clock. I know that. I think the Canadian model's around the same time, so yeah. How much snow can we get here in northern Georgia mountains? So for right now, if we move down to the south here, now this is kind of like a rough draft for the mountains. It's not going to be 100% accurate for. So for the mountains across northeastern Georgia, I got you guys 3 to 5 inches, although I'd probably be overdoing it just a little bit there. Just a little bit there as well. So just to keep in mind of that. Kentucky got slammed in 2014, 2015. Me and Ohio got slammed 2013 to 2014. Yeah. 2014, 2015 winter, that was my favorite winter of all time. I mean, there was one point I believe we got 2 snowstorms in a week, and we got uh, about over 2 feet of snow. And that's the most snow I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that was the best winter that I've ever had. I mean, that was a crazy winter. Hoping we get at least 1 to 3 inches of snow here in Kentucky. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. I live in central Kentucky. I'm hoping for the same thing. I mean, at least a couple inches of snow I'm fine with. You know, it'll be nice to see some snow again. Will Buffalo, New York see any lake effect snow? Maybe somewhat. Let's take a look to some of these models here. I haven't really looked into that. I mean, I know around Cleveland, Ohio, can see lake effect snow from Lake Erie here. Uh, let's see. Let's use the. Actually, we gotta look into the NAM and see. We'll go up here. We'll keep it on precipitation type here. So there goes that system. Yeah, it doesn't go for the entire event, but you can see some snow does linger, and that could be some lake effect snow there as well. We'll take a look into those snowfall amounts there as well. Showing some hefty snowfall amounts there. Man, it's showing 17 inches. This is the 0-0 run. That's the. Yep, that's about right. I was getting ready to say. I think on this website here, it's a little bit ahead than what some of the other models are showing here. So, Buffalo, New York is like right around in here. The NAM is spinning out 3 to 4 inches snow. So, I'm probably not going to be able to completely answer that question there for lake effect snow. Maybe we'll probably find out a little bit later down the road. Will Michigan get snow? Yes, Michigan will probably get some snow as well. For my snowfall forecast, yeah, I'm probably going to bump up some of these totals again. Some models before were showing not a lot of snow at all. Really. I think the better chance of seeing snow will likely be across southeastern Michigan and possibly even southwestern Michigan. South central Michigan, may not get to see as much snow as everybody else. Georgetown, Kentucky, which is north of Lexington. Yeah, 3 to 5 inches of snow there as well. When will the north states see snow? The northern states, again, really depends on that P&A. And those teleconnections, they are hard to predict. Just like what happened last winter, that AO just dominated throughout the entire winter. And, with the teleconnections, they're hard to predict even for like a week out. That it's pretty hard to predict. The uncertainties will be pretty high just a week out, so it's pretty hard to predict with some of those teleconnections. What is Fort Lane, Indiana looking like? So for right now, I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow at this point there. I've got the confidence there for that region there to see 3 to 5 inches of snow. Looks like my old stumping grounds in upstate New York may miss out on this one except for lake effect snow. So figures. Yeah, I think that'll probably be a likely scenario. How about Akron, Ohio? So Akron, Ohio, 5 to 8 inches of snow really at this point. But keep in mind, guys, the forecast it's not official yet, so just keep in mind that. Lynchville, Kentucky. Lynchville, Kentucky, I got you guys 1 to 3 inches, although I may back that off there as well. Asheville, North Carolina. It's going to be a very sharp cutoff. I mean, those mountains there around Asheville could see 5 to 8 inches of snow, but in those lower elevations, might not get to see much of anything there as well. Toledo, Ohio. So Toledo got you guys 3 to 5 inches of snow. Will we get lake effect snow in upper Pennsylvania and Michigan? I haven't really looked into that yet, but I think, yeah, the malls have been showing, some snowfall amounts there. The Canadian Mall shows possibly up to 4 to 5 inches of snow across some of those regions there as well. Which I've seen some malls been showing some pretty high amounts as well. King Isaac, welcome to the stream. So I'm pretty sure the malls are now about done. Yeah, the high risk NAM stunt does not go through the entire event, but you can see here for some snowfall amounts showing up to a foot across some of these regions here. But again, look at that lake effect snow. I think the NAM's a little bit more accurate with that lake effect snow. I mean, 13 inches of snow. Is it going to snow in Nashville? Yes. Gonna, yeah. Nashville's likely going to see some snow. Accumulation wise, I don't think you guys will see accumulations. The ground is looking to be a little bit too warm. Same thing for the roads. Since we're pretty early on into the season, a lot of these not sea surface, the ground temperature and the road temperatures across both these regions here are still decently warm because we're early on in the season. What's the least amount of snow Akron, Ohio could get? Probably safe to say maybe 3 to maybe 5 inches of snow probably be the least amount. I heard a foot for Cleveland. I think that's is becoming a little bit more likely scenario that Cleveland could see up to a foot of snow. And that area may get to see most of the snow than everybody else. Unless the lake effect snow around Lake Michigan goes nuts. Looks like my aunt in in Nashville we'll see some snow. Yeah. So generally, even for this far south, for snowfall wise, snowfall flying around, you can see the high res NAM showing snowfall as far south as portions of Alabama and into Georgia. I mean, and for those regions there, they don't really see snow that early this time of year. It's quite unusual there as well. 168 people. Yeah, that's a lot of people. It crashed for me. Yeah, my live streams. It really depends on my internet, but it seems like for right now, the internet's doing pretty good so far. It could be you, could be me. Who knows? There as well. So pretty much the high-res NAM is done. Let's go back to the precipitation type. Let's see how it progresses with the system here. Will Chicago get anything? Could be maybe a few snowflakes. Probably could fly around with Chicago accumulation wise. I think the better chance for accumulations could be the far of Chicago there as well. That some of that is going to be due to some lake effect snow there as well. So you can see here is having a little bit of trouble with the transition. I've seen the malls have been having a little bit of trouble with that transition over snow. You can see here it's a little bit slightly stronger of a low there as well. You can see it moves to the northeast and we get that upper level low to stick around. That moisture that's going to be up in the atmosphere will come down to the surface and with the cold air in place you get more snow. And that's what something we could be seeing here as well. It seems like for around Kentucky wise, seems like the snowfall will probably leave by Tuesday morning, but some flurries probably could stick around for a good chunk of the day there as well. What's the most Akron, Ohio could get? Maybe at least, maybe a foot of snow. What's this website called? Pitiful Weather. It's what this website is called. Now, it does not have everything free, of course. You can see for some of the stuff. Pitiful Weather Plus there. Although it's a pretty good website as well. I'm a snowplow driver in Northern Panhandle, West Virginia. What do you think we could get? So looking back here, for right now, 1 to 3 inches of snow, although I think the majority of guys could see up to 3 inches of snow at this point, but again, it's not an official forecast as well. But some of those higher elevations across some of these regions here could see higher amounts there as well. Looks like more heavy wet snow as opposed to light fluffy snow. If we get heavy wet snow, now wet snow is much easier to stick than dry snow, and that could be a little bit concerning. You know what wet snow does. I've seen what wet snow can do. I mean, 8 inches of wet snow, you'll get issues. And you can see trees can come down, power lines probably come down as well because wet snow can be heavy there as well. Mansfield, Ohio here, the local channels are only calling 1 to 3 inches, but I believe there could be more. Yeah, but I think they're just playing it safe at this point here, which I get it because there's still some uncertainties in the forecast here as well. You are in Alabama. Now, I don't expect anywhere in Alabama to get accumulations, although northern Alabama can likely see some snow flurries to fly around as well. What do you think the totals will be for southern West Virginia? Again, higher elevations probably likely see higher amounts, but generally looking to be 1 to 3 inches at this point here. But again, some of those higher elevations can likely see, well, at least 3 inches at best. The snow chances for Alabama, again, northern Alabama, probably have the higher chance of snow than everybody else. Southern Alabama, highly doubt they'll see snow. It's looking to be northern Alabama, possibly north, even to portions of eastern Alabama, likely north of Interstate 20 here, as you can see here, as well north of Interstate 22 can see some snow flurries there as well. Even Atlanta, Georgia may be able to see a couple of snowflakes as well. I had 18 inches of wet snow. Boy, that's gotta be. I'm sure it's pretty, but man, I'm sure that caused a lot of problems there. Would wet snow be more likely to cancel school or not? Probably so. I'll definitely say so because wet snow is easier to stick onto things. It's also quite heavy as well. Wet snow causes more problems than light fluffy snow, especially when there's a chance to create power issues. Yeah, 8 inches of wet snow can cause power issues. Like I said earlier in the stream, uh, I had 8 inches of wet snow. I had no power. How is Detroit looking? For right now, Detroit's looking at 3 to 5 inches of snow at this point. National Weather Service continues to increase snowfall higher in 10 percentiles as we inch closer to storm day. Do you think this will continue? Depends where you at, really, but I think the National Weather Service will bring up those higher snowfall totals as, confidence increases. That's all what it is, really. It's the confidence of this here. Hopefully it's enough to go sledding in. Man, it has been so many years since I've sled in snow. I mean, been at least 4 or 5 years since I sled in snow. The reason why is because we haven't seen any snow, really. There's not been enough snow to sled in, man. That'd be really awesome if I had enough snow to sled in. Man, I miss those days. 48-hour cycle for this storm? Probably would be a 48-hour cycle. I mean, definitely gotta watch for an upper level low. That low there may get cut off a little bit there as well. How do you figure out how much snow we're going to get at? It really is just, what the models are showing. You know, it's also plus the consistency and also the trends. That's how I create these snowfall totals there as well. National Weather Service has a high end for Daytona, Ohio at 4 to 6 inches, close to 6 to 8 inches of snow. Really? Man, I'm not expecting that for that area to get that much snow for National Weather Service. What's the website again? Pitiful Weather. Here, I'll put it in chat here for you. There you go. So that's the website name right there. You gotta love how the snow stops at the border. Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. Pretty bad luck. Yeah, because in my local area, 3 to 9 inches, around 4% of greater or less than. Man, I forgot what that symbol is called. Of snow according to the National Weather Service currently. Medium total of 5 inches. Yeah. First snow of the season has a lot of car accidents. People forget how to drive. Yeah. Definitely gotta be careful on the roads, especially when heavy snow is going to be occurring. We can probably even see some of these National Weather Service offices could put out their first ever snow squall warnings there as well. Can this end up to be all rain? I highly doubt it, though, at least for, Indiana and Ohio. Again, depends on the cold air timing. I think likely everybody's going to see snow because of the upper level low. Really, because first you're going to have. Here, let me show you guys in a different picture here. Show you guys what I'm talking about the upper level low. We'll use the the NAM, for example. We go 500 millibars, we'll look at the vorticity, which is the energy up in the atmosphere. I-75 will be scary. Yeah, I've been to I-75 from Knoxville all the way up to Dayton, Ohio. And between Lexington down to Knoxville, it's a scary portion of the interstate highway. So, yeah. So, here's your first low pressure system right here. You can see with that first piece of energy here. Then eventually, here's your upper level low right here. And this upper level low can bring some more snow across Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky there as well. So that's what I'm talking about, an upper level low. It's likely going to be developing somewhere around Illinois and Indiana, eventually getting down to Kentucky, and eventually going up to the Appalachian Mountains there as well. So we may have some connection issues there as well. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. We'll see if the Canadian model is started to update yet. Well, we have the high res Canadian. So now we got another model starting to come up here. So if you guys could be driving on the interstates, be careful. You don't have to go the speed limit during heavy snow. I'll highly recommend not to do that. So probably one of the main reasons for the causes of a pileup is because people go too fast, and when they go too fast, you can't stop in time. And some other times will be people not paying attention. So which model is giving Kentucky the most snow, and how much is it giving us? I believe it's the Canadian and the high-res Canadian. I believe showing snowfall amounts. Some areas 6 to 7 inches of snow. Then the high-res name, the recent one, has a few counties with similar amounts as well. And that's probably going to be the max level for right now. For portions of Kentucky, could see 6, 7 inches of snow at the max. But generally, I think it could be, for central northern Kentucky, it could be 3 to 5 inches of snow there as well. Does it have the potential to get bigger between now and then when it gets here? Don't really think so. I don't really think so. Can Akron, Ohio possibly get 2 feet of snow? I have doubts on that. Chances that's pretty low unless the lake effect snow goes crazy. You know, that's all I will say about that. I don't think anybody will see 2 feet of snow. Would you say most of the larger services are predicting lower amounts due to both the uncertainty and wanting to concern or rile up people within the Ohio Valley about large totals? You're probably correct on that. You know, that's why I haven't issued a snowfall forecast really yet to last night, is because of the uncertainty. I mean, it's too early. You know, the uncertainty's too high, to put out snowfall maps, and right now we're kind of having a little bit better idea now as well. How we're looking for southwestern Pennsylvania. So, southwestern Pennsylvania here. Right now I'm looking at you guys for 1 to 3 inches of snow, but some of those higher elevations can see higher amounts there as well. How's Southern Ohio looking on accumulations? For right now, uh, for some regions it's 35 inches. If you go to southeastern Ohio, could be 1 to 3 inches, but some of those higher elevations across southeastern Ohio could see some higher amounts there as well. What this means for Georgia? Well, for Georgia, the majority of the event is going to be rain, but do still expect to at least transition over to snow. I mean, the better chance of seeing snow will be the mountains of Georgia there, across northeastern Georgia there as well. Just dropped in Metro Detroit area. I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow for right now. Could Charleston, West Virginia get 6 inches of snow? I don't think so, really. 6 inches could be 4 inches of snow for right now at the max. But generally, I got you guys 1 to 3 inches for right now. Looks like the lake effect machine will be cranking up in my area, northern Indiana. How much are they saying? Now, I got you guys for right now for just to a foot. And lake effects though can bring in some surprises as well, as some of you guys probably may know about. There's well, sure, probably hook the snow blade up. Probably not. I mean, the driveways, also gonna be very warm. I mean, the roadways is gonna be very warm. Likely above freezing. It will take a couple inches of snow on these roadways before it really starts to stick. I don't think really nobody would really need to hook up, your snow plows unless you're probably in that 5 to 8 inch zone or 8 to a foot zone there. You may need it, especially in that 8 to a foot inch zones there as well. Probably gonna need those snow plows there. Well, Columbus will have a winter storm. The chances are there, but the chances are also there that you guys may not get to see a whole lot. How much snow will Indianapolis get? Also, when will it get to see our first snowfall? Right now, I got you guys 3 to 5 inches. Some of it's going to be from the upper level low in the other system. A decent chunk of it's going to be from lake effect snow. There's what the timing of it's looking to be Sunday night to early Monday morning. That's the timing of that snowfall. Lots of rain in New Brunswick is coming. Will this be a name storm? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Your answer everyone's question. Thank you. No problem, guys. Could we get snow in North Georgia suburbs? Accumulation wise, probably not, unless in those mountains up there. But you guys will probably see at least a few snowflakes. A few snowflakes can fly around as well. What area do you think a winter storm? Probably across portions of Ohio, maybe going up into portions of northwestern Pennsylvania. It's probably going to be the most likely areas to see a winter storm watch there as well. Multiple models, including Canadian, suggest 10 to 14 inches of snow right now in western Ohio. About 2 and 3 miles do. Do you think that line creates confidence in that outlook or not so much? In my opinion, I think that does create some confidence there as well. For the amount of models, do agree. And also for your knowledge of models, some models. What I mean by the knowledge is, what models are good at or not good at. Watching the trends as well. So yeah. Should I put my snow blade? No, you may gonna need it. You may gonna need it. How much would Columbus will get? Looking like 5 to 8 inches of snow is looking to be for right now. Could West Virginia get issued for a winter storm watch? I have doubts on that. Maybe for some of the mountains in West Virginia, like across some of these regions here, probably could see a winter storm watch. But that's just the National Weather Service decision on that. Right now, we don't have any winter storm watches, although we may get to see some winter storm watches get issued tomorrow. Same way for advisories. Maybe about as late as tomorrow night for the advisories there as well. Do I need a shovel if I'm in Columbus? You're probably going to need a shovel, perhaps, as well. All right, let's take a look at this high risk Canadian. Let's see what it's going to be spinning out here. So for right now, it's got kind of around Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, 4 to 5 inches. Go through another frame. So those amounts are starting to add up. It's like some of the trends look to be continuing. What I'm also noticing here is that lake effect snow is looking to be shifting further to the northeast here, getting to a little bit more into southwestern Michigan there. So that's a interesting trend from some of the models there. So for that case here, I may gonna need to shift all of this northeast here. If that's gonna be the case there. Chicago, I don't think you guys will see any snow accumulation. Probably at least a few snowflakes could fly around. Some of that's probably going to be lake effect snow there as well. Fort Wayne, Indiana hasn't had a good snow in a long time. Same thing for me. I haven't seen real good snow in a long time. Are we going to see a blizzard? I don't think we're going to be seeing a blizzard with this event now. I mean, the chances of seeing blizzard with this event is looking to be pretty low at this point here. Well, nearly 48 hours out, the National Weather Service is still giving portions of Ohio over a 20% chance of greater than 8 inches of snow, especially considering they are typically very conservative. What are your thoughts on that? Again, I think they're just being safe on it. Really, all meteorologists, for a lot of these areas, are being safe about it because there can always be a major shift in the models. Even within 24 hours, the models can have a major shift. I mean, that's happened before. So, yeah. So for right now, we're just waiting for some of these models here to get some of those updates in. And when we get the majority of models in, we'll end the live stream there as well. Looks like I may keep foot range from Sandusky, Ohio up into Erie, Pennsylvania due to some of that lake effect snow. May have to back off a little bit from central Kentucky there for right now. Although the models can trade back to higher amounts. Let's see. Let me go back to that 18Z model run here from the. Well, I don't think it's this one here. I think it's the NAM here. That I think it's probably one of the most accurate ones. And I'm probably going to tell you guys why this could be one of the most accurate things and why. Let's see. Because I think this is the model here. Because I'm really kind of picky about this transition here to snow. Yeah, it still has a little bit of trouble here. See if this let's see what the high res Canadian shows. Yeah, the malls are definitely having a hard time with that transition over snow since the transition is going to be happening fairly quickly. And typically, let's see here. Yeah, it probably does a much better job with the transition. It's a little bit more smoother. That's what I'm thinking here. The transition's going to be a little bit more smoother. Here's what, and that's why I'm thinking about this here. Instead of being looking choppy. Here, like some of the other malls are showing. There's, well, 200 people. Yeah, that is a lot of people there. I usually prefer the Euro model, although the GFS and AM models are pretty good for the lower 48 weather. Yeah. So another hour's in there. So for right now, for my forecast wise, I may change. It's looking like I'm going to have to change a few areas again. Although I may change that tomorrow morning, see if the malls trend back to this solution here. I'm also very interested to see what my local TV meteorologist is going to be predicting snowfall wise for this system here as well. So this is nearly done. It's getting in there. The lake effect snow band did move over a little bit. Yeah, I've probably got to shift that lake effect band a little bit further to the northeast there. Probably include more into southwestern Michigan there as well. That's probably going to be one of the major changes to the forecast there. So that's what I'm going to be considering right now. And oh, look at this. You can see here, right in here, this is what I'm talking about here, is this lake effect snow here. You can actually tell this band right in here. You can definitely tell right there with some of those numbers really going up there. And that's something we got to be watching for. This is for Lake Michigan because some of this lake effect snow can get as far southeast as some of the Appalachian Mountains. And I've seen it happen multiple times before. And some areas got a couple inches of snow out of it. So that's one of the things I mean by that lake effect snow can bring in some surprises as well. And that's also why I got some decent snowfall amounts because of that there as well. And since I'm seeing that little bit of a shift here, I made to shift a lot of snow across to move it a little bit further to the northeast there as well. I'm probably going to have to take out Louisville, maybe Lexington there as well. Indianapolis is probably going to be at this point here going to be barely in that 3 to 5 inch zone there. How much snow is expected in Franklin, Tennessee? Franklin, Tennessee. I forgot where that was at. Oh, Franklin, Tennessee. I don't think you guys won't see accumulation for snow, in my opinion here. Although you guys will likely see snow flying around, but the ground, for the ground and the roads are going to be way too warm as well for snow to stick there as well. So I don't think you guys will see snowfall accumulations there. Looks like that lake effect snow stripe goes into Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. How much snow in the lakes? I mean, the most of the snow for the lakes at this point here, it's looking to be across northwestern Indiana, probably now southwestern Michigan, and also a lot of people around Lake Erie. Everywhere else, probably not going to be seeing that much. There's well. If that lake effect snow shifts northwest, in Ohio could see more along with lines of 8 to a foot of snow. Yeah, it's a possibility there. Hope that shift doesn't continue. If I had to guess, I would take the 8 to foot range and pull it down to the central band for the angle of Ohio, like you have it. Yeah, I may have to do that. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if the models become consistent with that though, first of all. Which is which there's only a few more runs left till the event gets here as well. Can we see an ice storm this? Can we see an ice storm? No, an ice storm is not expected with this system. Would Northern Virginia be affected? Yeah, probably those higher elevations will likely get affected there as well. Those lower elevations probably won't see any snow, but those higher elevations may get to see some snow there as well. Can you tell me what about you expect Bluffton, Ohio to get? Bluffton, Ohio. Currently looking for it. I don't exactly know where Bluffton, Ohio is. I don't see it on here. Maybe you can maybe give me what part of the state that is for the person that asked for Bluffton, Ohio, Joshua. Bluffton is above Lima. Oh, so here's Lima right here. For right now, I got you guys at 5 to 8 inches of snow. For right now. Louisville, Kentucky. For right now, I got you guys 3 to 5 inches, although I'm thinking about downgrading you guys down to 1 to 3 inches of snow at this point here. How far south could the snow go for the storm here? Now, if snowfall wise that can fly around, it could be as far south as portions of central Alabama. At this point here, we see models, have snow flurries going along across northeastern Alabama and even across northern Georgia. That's how far south that snow could be flying around there. Snowfall accumulation wise, probably as far south as the mountains in Georgia. How much snow in Detroit? I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow. The thumb in Michigan, I mean, some of that's going to be lake effect snow from what I've seen from the models, like the Canadian. You got some areas probably 1 to 3 inches of snow probably at best for the thumb in Michigan as of right now. We'll see. All right, so high risk Canadian mall is done. Let's go through the entire event. You see here some of the highest amounts 20 inches of snow. Looks to be northeast or around Cleveland there, Ohio. So yeah, we're probably got to keep 8 inches to a foot. It does have some areas up to a foot of snow across central Ohio as well. And it's got snow bands as far south as south central Alabama. Jeez. I don't think the snow will go that far south. I have doubts on that. I see snow in Alabama, Georgia. That's 1 inch of snow in Alabama, Georgia. I don't think there will be accumulations in Alabama. That's very unlikely. How soon are you on your forecast so far? I'll say it's all right so far. I mean, I had to make some changes here and there so far, and it looks like I'm gonna have to do that again. But generally, the confidence on this forecast, as of right now, we're probably looking at 55 to 60%. I have decent confidence on this forecast for right now. How much snow in Fort Wayne, Indiana? For right now, I got you guys know. How about East Central Indiana? 5 to 8 inches of snow for right now. What's the most snow Georgia could get? I mean, the mountains of Georgia could see possibly 3 to 5 inches of snow, although I could be overdoing that a little bit. There's the rest of Georgia won't see any snow accumulations there as well. All right, so we'll see about any other models are starting to update. Doesn't look like we have the Canadian model updating. Seems like GFS hasn't updated yet, but we got some of the most important models in anyways. So wow, we have 251 people watching. Dang, that's crazy. Lake Effect I just live is of Toledo, 4 miles from Lake Erie. Interested to see what totals we get. Lake Erie is still fairly warm in the mid to upper 40s. I bet 2 to 4 inches in 20 miles from the shoreline. Yeah, for Toledo, yeah, you guys could probably see some. Well, actually, probably in this region right here, probably able to see some lake effect snow here just east of Toledo. But generally, Toledo may not get to see any lake effect snow. Although maybe very little lake effect snow coming from Lake Michigan though could be a possibility. Is uh, any changes for Charleston, West Virginia? I think we're keeping Charleston, West Virginia the same for right now. But again, those higher elevations could see over 3 inches of snow. Corey, Pennsylvania. Corey, let's see. Try my best to find some of these cities. Hmm. Maybe maybe you could tell me what part of the state is there, and I can probably tell you. Who will see the most snow? It's really going to be between areas around Lake Erie, or it's going to be from Lake Michigan. It's looking to be areas that could be seeing most of the snow out of everybody else for right now. How much snow for Fort Wayne, Indiana? Right now, it's 3 to 5 inches of snow. Now, Corey, Pennsylvania, I don't really know where that is. Maybe you can give me southeast from Erie. Oh, here it is. I got you guys at 5 to 8 inches of snow. As for right now. Well, Washington, D.C. will see snow. No, I have doubts on Washington, D.C. will see any snow. Should be an all rain event for Washington, D.C. Cincinnati, Ohio, I got you guys 3 to 5 inches of snow. Although I'm pretty confident Cincinnati, Ohio will see 3 to 5 inches of snow, though. I'm pretty confident on that. Will Norfolk, Virginia see a few inches of snow later this winter, I hope? Yeah, I think the chances are there you could see a few inches of snow during the winter there as well. Monor, Michigan. Monor, Michigan. Oh, Monor, here it is. Got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow for right now. And also, guys, to keep in mind, this is an unofficial forecast. It's likely to be changed around some, and I'm already considering to change up this forecast some more. When will most of the snow fall? Monday, Tuesday? I think it's going to be most of those going to be falling Monday. So going to be maybe into early Tuesday morning for west central north of Dayton. Yeah, it's probably going to be looking to be yeah, around Monday there as well. Where are my plan changes? So my plan changes are that I'm probably going to move to 8 to a foot of snow a little bit to the northeast, probably expanding into portions of southwestern Michigan. I'm thinking about backing off this 3 to 5 inches of snow a little bit further north for central Kentucky here. And I'm thinking about backing off this area here as well in west central Tennessee. If I'll back it off to a cutting to an inch of snow across those regions there as well. And that's looking to be probably the main changes for right now. Do you see Snowfall Amount in Jackson, Ohio, 7 Cherokee trending lower or higher? Let me see if I can find that city there. Whoops, I actually hit the microphone there. Let's see if I can find that city. Here it is. Right now, it's been kind of neutral. I will say the least there. Do you think this winter would be colder than last winter? Oh yeah. I think it'd definitely be colder for sure. Well, oh, you're talking about Norfolk, Virginia. It could be as warm as the last winter, unfortunately. It's that southeast ridge. If you guys want to see my third winter forecast, it's on my YouTube channel. Made it at least a week ago there as well. How much snow for Carmel, Indiana getting? Carmel, Indiana. I found Mount Carmel. I mean, if you're talking about Mount Carmel, which is right here, that actually, no, that's actually on the Illinois side. I cannot find Carmel on here. Maybe give me the what part of the state it is. How much snow will Beaver Dam, Kentucky see? I know where that is. It's like right in here. Yeah, Beaver Dam right there. Got you guys to 1 to 3 inches, but I think about backing off to coating to an inch of snow. I'm considering that as well. It's right above Indianapolis. Oh, here, yeah, I see it. So I got you at 3 to 5 inches of snow there as well. Norfolk, Virginia are due for a snowy winter. It's been a while. It's due for a big snowy winter. It is the same way in Kentucky, man. It's been a warm winter for the past several years now. What's your expectations for Cleveland in just what's 10 around 10 miles, and how do you expect lake effect to play in a role total for that area? Now for this system here, you know, depending on the timing of that cold air, you guys could see a decent amount of snow. Adding on top with the lake effect snow, when you have the northwest wind there, yeah, that'll definitely play a role. It with that northwest wind getting involved, you can likely see some lake effect snow. There's one. Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana will see no more snow than a couple of inches. What's the expectations for Fort Wayne, Indiana? For right now, at least you guys will probably see at least a couple to maybe a few inches of snow for right now. Logan, West Virginia. Here it is. So for Logan, mainly for the higher elevations, I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches, but in those lower elevations, I got you guys at 1 to 3 inches. I'm pretty new to these models. How accurate do you think it is when most but not all agree right for 30 hours out? I think some of these just kind of equal out. It depends, how realistic they are, What's probably, like the most realistic scenario. To me, in my opinion, I don't think there's really not much of a thing for like a most accurate malls because really any mall could get it wrong. I mean, European malls been going back and forth. I mean, generally a lot of these malls are just not that great. Some of them are, most of them are just not that great there as well. This winter storm not that powerful. It's not really looking to be that powerful for right now at this point here. Although there's other players, that's making to these higher amounts like Lake Effect Snow also got an upper level low. as well. They'll be playing a role to some of these snowfall amounts as well. How much snow for, shall we, Ohio? See if I can find it. I don't see it on here. Maybe you can get me, what part of the state that is in. I'm at for Princeton, West Virginia. Princeton. Trying to find it here. Oh, here's Princeton. Uh, got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow there as well. Charlotte is west of Cincinnati. Okay, so I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow. Even though I don't see it on here, but west of Cincinnati, I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow. Will Knoxville, Tennessee see any snow? You guys will see snow, but accumulation wise, possibly a coating, maybe at best for right now. How confident are you in this map? Like I said earlier, probably 50 to 60% confidence on this map. There's like some areas I'm pretty confident about, some areas I'm not so much confident about it. I mean, like this region right here, like a good chunk of Ohio, I'm pretty confident about. I'm pretty confident with the Smoky Mountains. I have some confidence with the mountains of West Virginia. There's just some other areas such as, I'm not so confident about, really. For instance, the bottom. Yeah, yeah, Princeton got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow there as well. Will Canton, Georgia get any snow? So Canton, I mean, I'll say this, that pretty much probably northern Georgia will likely see snowflakes, but snowfall accumulation wise, it will be likely in the mountains of northeastern Georgia there as well. How about Erie, Pennsylvania? I got you guys at 8 to possibly a little over. Some areas could see over a foot of snow due to some that lake effect snow that will likely be playing as well. When the storm hit, the storm will be arriving, like around Kentucky Sunday night into Ohio, eventually get into like around northern Ohio, maybe Monday morning. But when that transition snow happens, around in Kentucky, well, it'd be more transition the snow west to east, pretty much type of fashion. However, there just a coating just basically means it's not that miserable. It's a less than an inch of snow, to say the least. That's pretty much like a coating there as well. Thank you for subscribing, guys, that subscribe to me. I really do appreciate it. Louisville, Kentucky. I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow, but I'm considering probably backing off to 1 to 3 inches of snow at this point here. Yeah, coating really just means less than an inch of snow. Usually a good chunk of the time it's just not really measurable. That's what really a coating of snow really is. Is the Florida Panhandle going to get snow? No. The Florida Panhandle is very unlikely going to see snow from this event here. Alright, let's take a look back to some of these models here. Let's see. I believe the Canadian may be updating. Well, we got the GFS updating. We'll take a look into that. When the GFS gets done, we'll end the live stream. Dayton, Ohio. Got you guys at 5 to 8 inches of snow for right now. So wherever the GFS model, kind of gets done or whatever throughout the event, we'll end the stream. Because it started to get a little late for me. Fine Lake, Ohio. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing some of these towns right. So I got you guys at 5 to 8 inches of snow for right now. Don't end the stream. It's kind of hard to not end the stream. I mean, it's kind of getting late for me. How long has this stream been going? Holy crap, it's been going on 2 hours. I did not realize that it's been going for nearly 2 hours. I was never expecting it to go on 2 hours. That's crazy long for a stream. Martinsburg, West Virginia, the Eastern Panhandle. Martinsburg. I mean, so Martinsburg, West Virginia, saying it's in the Eastern Panhandle. I don't really see it on here. But I'll say this though. For like in the mountains of West Virginia, probably likely see, especially in those higher elevations, can likely see 5 to 8 inches of snow. But some of those lower elevations will likely see lower amounts. We'll just put it that way since that's in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia. Tennessee and North Carolina border. In those mountain regions, we'll likely see 5 to 8 inches of snow, but in those lower elevations, probably see much less snow for the Tennessee and North Carolina border. Will Arkansas get any snow? What's very interesting about that is models have been really trying to spit out maybe a mix. But generally, Arkansas won't see any snow. Politics, man. Alright, let's see how long. See how far in. Alright. Well, already. Starting to spit out already 3 inches of snow across portions of Kentucky already. So that must be a good sign for people that live in central Kentucky, I guess, like me. Oh, man. Trying to forecast snowfall and also do long range forecasting is just one of the hardest things ever, especially when models have a high uncertainty. Western Kentucky, you guys will likely see snow, but kind of like around the Paducah area. Won't see accumulations, but maybe perhaps around Owensboro may have a chance to see uh, some accumulations, probably at least a coating of snow, at least. Look for uh, Hagerstown, Maryland. Hagerstown, Maryland. The higher elevations likely going to see more snow, but those lower elevations may not get to see much of anything there as well. Guys, calm down on the politics now. Calm down. I don't want any fights in my comment section. Looks like the GFS is wanting to be generous now. Well, this is a good sign already. That brings the uncertainty down by a decent amount because the guys gotta calm down with politics. I just timed out somebody. That's the first time ever. But anyways, getting back to weather here. Things like the GFS is one to follow some of the other models, which is good news so far. East Tennessee Valley predictions. The higher amounts will likely see most of the snow, but those lower elevations may not get to see much of anything for snowfall accumulation wise. Although everybody will likely see snow as well. Looks like the malls are really one to. You guys gotta calm down from politics. I'm gonna start timing out people. Alright, I don't want any fights in here whatsoever. If I timed out one person, I may have to time out more people. That's your choice and not mine. I mean, if you guys do like this live stream, hit the like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys do have any other questions on the stream, you can put it in the chat as well. GFS only 48 hours and loading already showing more snow for day than the last run. Yeah, this is kind of a good sign for snow lovers and also for forecasters because GFS was, GFS model has been kind of one of those outliers. You can see it's already showing 6 inches of snow across Kentucky already. Can New York City see snow Tuesday through Thursday? No, it's looking to be mostly a rain event. So for right now, we're just the Canadian mall maybe should be starting to update by now. Here, let's see. No, it hasn't started updated yet. What about on here? The Canadian mall is this one right here. Let's see which one is the most accurate in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be interested. The thing, in my opinion, to probably be the most accurate if it's number one. Number two, if it has a pretty decently clean, change over to snow. Because a lot of these models are having trouble with that transition over to snow. Because to me, I think it's going to be more of a swath here. So that's, in my opinion, going to think. You can see here the NAM is having trouble, the high res NAM, but that's a. Let's look at to 0Z and see. Canadian low's about 1115. All right. Yeah, it's having trouble, but although it does do a pretty good job of indicating that lake effect snow, however, so that model's pretty good. The NAM, it's also having trouble with it, just with that transition. I think generally all these models are having trouble with the transition here, which can some a little bit of inaccurate snowfall totals sometimes. Haven't seen a good snow in Louisville, Kentucky for the last 5 years. Same. I mean, same. That was my phone. Let's see. Yeah, it does okay with the transition. It does indicate as well. It actually does a pretty decent job with that. Forgot how much snow it was showing too. Let's see. The NAM could be, in my opinion, could be the most accurate one right now. So let's see. Yeah, I think it does a pretty decent job there as well. I predict no snow for Louisville, Kentucky. We'll get snow. I mean, for this system here, it will give us some snow. Yeah. So, let's see. Losing my words here. Wow, I am really losing my words right now. Wow, I just can't even talk. What I'm trying to say here is, man, I can't even talk. What I'm trying to say here is that the NAM and the high risk NAM definitely need to watch for the trends. And that's probably what I'm trying to watch here as well. That is what I was trying to say there. Delaware, Ohio. So Delaware, Ohio. Trying my best, guys, to try to find some of these. Oh, here it is. Delaware, Ohio. Got you guys at 5 to 8 inches of snow there as well. How about Steelville, Illinois? I think it's safe to say, really, not a whole lot of people in Illinois will really see much of snow. Probably far eastern, portions of Illinois probably see snow, but the accumulations is likely to be very unlikely there. We'll just put it that way for Illinois. Will Key West get any snow? No, it won't. Yeah, I got Delaware already. Yeah, 5 to 8 inches of snow. It is north of Columbus. GFS is almost done. It does get some of that lake effect snow up to 3 inches, but still more than likely under doing those snowfall amounts there. But man, Portia's Kentucky, 6 inches of snow. I mean, versus Dayton, only 3 inches. That's quite odd there, but I mean, it's somewhat better than the last run, really, in my opinion here. It's pretty much about done with the event at this point here. I mean, this is early Wednesday. I mean, this is late Tuesday night here. Are you thinking about extending that 8 to 12-inch through Central Ohio, like in the center of the 5/8, or is the confidence in your opinion not there yet? I think the confidence is just not there yet. I may expand that 5 to 8 inches, but I don't think 8 to a foot. I think the 8 to a foot area will likely stay around the counties that are close to the lake. What about Hillview, Kentucky? See, even I live in Kentucky, I still don't know some of these town names, man. Maybe you could give me what part of the state that is. I'm gonna suggest it's in like Eastern Kentucky or something. How about Erie, Pennsylvania? I got you guys 8 to a foot of snow, but there's also a chance you could see over a foot of snow, possibly there as well. Don't see Hillville, Kentucky anywhere on here. It's just south of Louisville. Oh, okay. So just south of Louisville. Okay. Well, since it's south of Louisville, I got you guys 3 to 5 inches of snow, although some areas I'm thinking about backing off to 1 to 3 inches, so. Maysville, Kentucky, I know where that is. It's right here. I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches, and I think about maintaining 3 to 5 inches of snow there as well. What about Buffalo, New York? For right now, I got you guys. Looks like I got you guys the Severn Metro 3 to 5 inches, 3 to 5 inches, and central and northern portions of Buffalo 1 to 3 inches there as well. What about Western North Carolina, Brooke, Caldwell, and McDowell there? So Western North Carolina. Say Brooke. I'm looking for it. Don't see it on here. Is it like nearby Asheville? Uh, Brecksville, Ohio. Brecksville, Ohio. Let's see. At least this map here can zoom in into some of these towns and stuff, you know? It's pretty nice. Where's Breaks Brecksville, Ohio? What major city is it nearby? I mean, if it's around uh Dayton, it's 5 to 8 inches. If it's, I mean, generally I got central and portions of Northwest Central, 5 to 8 inches of snow. There, it's by Cleveland. Okay. I mean, if it's right around, which I'm not seeing it on here. Oh, here it is. I found it. Got you guys at 8 to a foot of snow, possibly over a foot of snow there as well. It's east. That's what I thought. There's, I mean, I still don't see it on here, but I could tell you this: that those lower elevations probably will, perhaps could see 3 to 5 inches, but those higher elevations can like see a lot more. So yeah. All right, let's see how far the GFS is now at. All right. Now we got the Canadian starting to update. All right, this will be the last model of the night before I'll end the stream here, which this will probably take about say about 15 to 20 minutes. So you guys, if you guys like this stream, hit the like button. If you really like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys got any other questions, you can go and put it in the chat, which I'm pretty sure I've answered probably everybody's question. Okay, it looks pretty fast. Yeah, that's what some of the malls earlier, like the European Mall and I believe the GFS Mall as well, that were very progressive there. Usually the most accurate map is the European Mall. Yeah, that is correct. Wait, am I already? Wait, we already at 500 subscribers? Hold on a minute. Are we seriously that close, guys? To 500 already? Oh my gosh, we actually hit 500 subscribers. Thank you, guys. Really do appreciate it. Damn, I hit 500 subscribers. Man, I only hit 500 subscribers in about a day. That's crazy. Thank you guys for 500 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Man, that's crazy. Wow, wow, wow. It's going to take a moment for the Canadian to really get going here. At least that's what I've learned. Paulding, Ohio. Let's see if I can find that town. Paulding, Ohio. Where could that be? So Paulding, Ohio. Where is that nearby? I mean, usually if it's just like the comment section or whatever, I'll just look it up on the internet and find it that way. But since it's on the live stream, I actually legit have to find it this way. So Paulding, Ohio. I could just look it up on here. Paulding, Ohio. Let's see where this is. It's in Northwest Ohio. All right. Let's see. We got it pulled up here. All right. I see it right there. So basically, it's like right in here. So I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow. We'll keep that open if I need to search up for anything else. If anybody is interested with the winds here, here they are from some of the models here. Which is here from the GFS will update to 135 from this website here. I mean, sustained winds. I think the GFS is like probably one of the most accurate for wind wise because it nailed one of the last major wind events across a good chunk of the eastern United States. See, that's sustained winds, and then here's wind gusts. You see here, look at those wind gusts coming from the Great Lakes here. I mean, it goes all the way down to Indiana. You can see some of that snow can travel farther than that. So, something quite interesting there as well. Zanesville, Ohio. Zanesville. There it is. I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow there as well. Yeah, the Canadian Mall should start to get going now. It will start to really take off. Are we going to bomb out with this wind event along the East Coast? I mean, the winds are going to be quite strong. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, I'll say that for the forecasted winds, sustained winds could be anywhere from 20 to possibly 30 miles an hour. And those wind gusts could possibly be reaching up to 50 to maybe 55 miles an hour in a few areas. But some of them also been trending this to be much weaker system. And when we have trending weaker system, that's the same way for those winds as well. All right. Or right now, it's just waiting for the Canadian model to update, see what it says. Just found this live stream. Thanks. How about Woodford, Vermont? Well, that's different. So, so I don't have it on the map here for Vermont, but if I remember correctly, those higher elevations can see some snowfall accumulations, possibly at least a couple inches of snow, maybe, perhaps, for my memory here. I mean, those lower elevations there. We're just waiting for the see if the Canadian model can load in. The reason why I use the Canadian model is because it's the most consistent model of out of the rest. So yeah, it's not showing a lot of snow for Vermont, but I'm pretty sure those higher elevations could see at least an inch of snow. But those lower elevations, you're not going to see any snow accumulations there as well. Nope. So Monday, I may do a severe weather coverage, depending on multiple tornado warnings and stuff. Although I do have school work as well. I'm a senior in high school, and I'll tell you what, we're doing virtual learning right now. here in Converter doesn't want public schools to go in person. Cough, cough, cases, the name of the virus that's going around. So that's why I'm saying that. I don't know why, but they just, it's Kentucky, unfortunately. Hopefully things will get back to normal soon, so that way I can enjoy the last couple months with my friends and people in high school because I'll be graduating at the end of around May. So yeah, so hopefully things get back to normal soon. There's and good news. The vaccine. So yeah, so hopefully things get back to normal. I do expect to at least. Things like Kanema's taking some time here. Let's see what tropical tidbits here. How far is it? It's actually a little bit further. So I guess we'll use tropical tidbits for this one, and we'll zoom in across the. No, that's not a good zoom in. We'll just do Eastern United States. We'll keep it as snowfall accumulations. Here's well. So that's all we're waiting on. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget about the severe weather threat, especially across eastern North Carolina and eastern Virginia. Those areas is looking to be the most favorable environment for supercells that can produce a few tornadoes and also damaging winds. So just to keep in mind of that, don't be surprised if a slight risk does, if we get a slight risk upgrade from the Storm Prediction Center on that day. And I think a lot of you guys haven't seen my forecast here. Here's my forecast for that day. I'm thinking about backing off from New Jersey, although I'll probably downgrade those areas to a marginal risk there. But again, primary threats, damage winds, could be a few tornadoes. We'll probably see some quarter-size hail here and there, but large hail around. You can see the marginal risk does expand as far south as central Georgia and northern Georgia, not Georgia, central Florida into northern Florida. That's what I meant to say. Southeastern Georgia is actually in the marginal risk there from my forecast there, since I really don't agree for forecast all that much for right now. If you guys did not know, I also do have Twitter as well. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, which I'll put in the chat here if you guys want to follow me there. I'm a little bit more active on here as well. There we go. You guys can follow me on Twitter if you want to. Usually I will post some of these forecast maps, first, and then I'll put it onto YouTube. Usually most of the time I'll do it. The new NAM model update shows 10 inches for Detroit. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe upping those totals a little bit there, although it could be a little bit overdone for Detroit. Should make us one of us moderator to keep schools out. Yeah, I'll think about it. I mean, this channel's still quite young. I mean, my channel's been blowing up a whole lot for the past week or so. It's been insane. So, I'll think about it, guys. Probably in the next maybe in the next live stream could be severe weather coverage. I could make a couple of you guys as a moderator, but I'm not gonna make everybody a moderator. So, yeah. How much snow for Southeast Michigan do you think? For at this point here, 3 to 5 inches of snow, but there could be an upgrade to 5 to 8 inches just due to recent trends. All right, well, both of these guys are now, both of these websites are now at hour 30. Hey, the person that has FU, you got a really good username. Just want to say that. You got a great username. How much snow for Detroit? I got you guys at 3 to 5 inches of snow for right now. See? Alright, so let's see what the Canadian models wants to spit out some. So, wow, it is showing snow flurries all the way down to central Georgia. Dang. It's also really picking up that lake effect snow from Lake Michigan. See, this is another model that I'll probably be using for my snowfall forecast as well. So I'm very interested to see what this model's going to be spitting out here. Although it seems like it's backed off snowfall amounts down across Kentucky a little bit. Any chance of storm shifts to get Louisville more snow? I mean, the possibilities there, I mean, to say the least. I mean, if the models do trend to shift the low pressure further west, yeah, you guys could probably see a little bit more snow. But at this point here, the main track of the low is looking to be probably somewhere around southwestern Louisiana, eventually going through like Birmingham, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia. It will start to make a hard northern turn through Knoxville, then eventually through Pikeville, Kentucky, through Charleston, West Virginia, and eventually getting to around somewhere Buffalo. Then eventually there'll be an upper level low that will develop somewhere around the Laurel Hall Valley that can bring in a little bit more snow. That could stick around for some time. And also, plus with that northwest flow, you can get some lake effects like this model is showing. So far, the Canadian model is probably the best model to use right now. I mean, it's pretty accurate with that lake effect snow. It's already got 8-9 inches there. Think Detroit could end up over 6 inches of snow. I mean, models look to be trending that way, so I may up my totals for Detroit, possibly 5 to 8 inches of snow. But you guys will probably see the official forecast tomorrow. And, and boy, this map took forever. And I'm probably not going to change the mountains because the mountains just take forever. Trust me, I mean, this is the most work I put into ever for a map. Definitely my best one here, for sure. See how well it's doing with that transition here. Let's see. I'm a little bit skeptical about this transition here. See, likely this region here will be snow at this point. This region right here. It's also shown to be a weaker low as well. Models have been trending to be a weaker low. Weaker to low, the snowfall mass can actually go down. Then you get your upper level low try to come in here as well. You can see that some of those snow flurries across northern Alabama and northern Georgia there. I'm gonna have to hide that one. That's taking a little too far there. All right, so see it's bumping up the Snowfall Amounts there across northern Ohio, even across southeastern Michigan there. Starting picking up some higher amounts there. It's even starting to show near a foot nearby Cleveland there. It's almost done. Again, wherever the Canadian Mall gets done, we'll end the stream because how long's the stream been going? 2.5 hours. Seems the thumb on this model has a lot. Yeah. I hear on the Lake Michigan the snow bin will have 300 miles of more lake to fill it. Yeah, that's yeah, definitely gotta watch Lake Michigan, guys. They can put down a lot of snow, possibly. And Lake effects though can bring in a lot of surprises, and it's 2020. You know how it rolls. Storm as far south wants snow. Canadian Mall's got a few more slides here, and we'll end the stream there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna watch that system, possibly next weekend. That's definitely getting mine. Not only could bring some winter weather, but possibility for some severe weather. That's definitely something I'm watching. Let's actually look to the GFS model on that while we wait for the Canadian. Haven't seen the man. I haven't seen the GFS ensembles with the snowfall maps yet. It's gonna take a moment to load. Let's take away some of these tabs here that we do not need right now. Yeah, we got a lot of tabs right now that we do not need for right now. This sector right here. Yeah, the NAIA model with its snowfall amounts. For some areas it's backed off, for some areas it actually bumped up some of those snowfall totals there as well. And obviously, we do expect these models here to go back and forth, but with the Canadian model, it's just been very consistent. Well, I accidentally X'd off the other side. Whoops. Just realized that. Get the Canadian model back on here. Alright, we got it back. Alright, there we go. Here let's use the pit of a weather for this one because College of DuPage here is having some issues over the last couple days here of trying to load in here. Let's look at the GFS. So there goes that system. We'll see about the next system. Look at that. A little bit of a cutoff low, maybe, right there. That's a lot different than some the other models are showing. So possibly major winter storm northeast. Who knows? To say the least here, it's quite different than what the other models are showing. That's for sure. Alright, so this should get for the entire event. Yep. So this is the snowfall amounts from the Canadian. Got decent amount of snow across the Smokies, even decent amount of snow across mountains of West Virginia. Backed off some of the snowfall amounts across central and eastern Kentucky, but look around Lake Erie, however, showing snowfall amounts over a foot of snow in a few areas. There's well, decent amount of snow across southeastern Michigan. So far, still would have been consistent, although it did bump up some of the snowfall totals across some eastern regions here. And it's also really coming off from Lake Michigan there as well. You can tell by that band of snow as well. See how far it can go in. Could go as far southeast as ports of Ohio there as well. So you guys do have any questions before I end the stream here, since we got the Canadian model in as well. I'll probably make an update video, but maybe not a stream though. We'll see. We'll see. Depending on how busy I'm gonna be, like especially on Monday, really gonna be depending on how busy I am gonna be, because I got schoolwork to do. What are the winds gonna blow during this event? Most of the time, it's gonna be a northwest flow. That's where you're gonna get a lot of your lake effect snow gonna be. There's well. Can you check the name model? Uh, this is the Canadian. I mean, it's got different names. You got the CMC, or you could say GDPS. Can you make an updated video on the second season Wednesday, Friday, sometime this week? Yeah, I'll definitely do that as well. It'll be definitely something to watch. Screw school, snow is more fun. Yeah, snow's more fun. I cannot wait for the snow. I got Christmas lights outside. I'll definitely post a pretty good picture. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter if you guys want to. There it is right there. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter. Looks like some of you guys do not have any other questions, so I'm going to end the stream here. Hope you guys did enjoy this live stream. I really had a good time with this live stream as well. Definitely the best one that I ever had. If you guys would like this live stream, hit the like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications so you're never miss an upload. If you guys got questions about this, watching this as a video, you can put a comment section down below. I'll answer you guys questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.